In a world where art materials can sometimes be expensive, artists are using things around them to create exciting works of art. And for those that cannot afford to do a solo exhibition, they begin by exhibiting in groups. You know what they say? Start small and then work your way to the top. We'll see some interesting ones on this week's edition of the show. Great to have you join us. I'm Melinda Akinwami.
I work towards the liberation of women, but I am not feminist. I'm just a woman.
Our journey begins in Rele Gallery, Lagos, where 5 contemporary artists cooked up something just for your viewing pleasure. And some of them went to the most unusual places just to get their materials.
They are young as they are talented, and they are here to show skill and technique, highlighted as one to watch out for at the Young Contemporaries taking place at Rele Gallery in Lagos. An artistic initiative that identifies, promotes and mentors visual artists, giving them the tools to succeed critically and commercially in the global art marketplace.
Looking at my work, the use of automobile is new. It is original. I think it is my idea. I came up with the idea, and the use of colors and everything, they are so original. So I think there is nothing as good as being original, and that actually makes me unique.
The themes in this year's works include feminism, culture, self-identity, racial boundaries, and duality of human nature.
Fauvism was a movement in France, a French movement, and it was about the wild use of colors. They were actually sarcastically called Fauvists because they use colors widely, and that is seen in my paintings, because if you look at my paintings, you find that I expressively use colors. You see the yellows, the blues, the reds, and the Fauvists are used to using colors emotionally, based on the mood, based on the environment, the atmosphere. If it's a sunny day, they prefer to use yellow and blues, which is expressed in my works.
The resulting exhibition is an indication of a younger generation contributing their artistic voice to societal issues.
This world can be a better place if we all show more love to each other, if we stop being selfish and become selfless, if we don't pass by people and ignore them because we feel that there's nothing that they can do for us. There doesn't have to be something you need for you every time you come across people. Sometimes you should just give for the sake of giving.
And they come from different backgrounds.
Okay, so
Roa is a self-taught artist. Her Travelers series is a triptych representation of moving through different boundaries.
I created a body of work called The Travelers, and it encompasses Lagos, London and Johannesburg. So these are the cities that I've lived in, and the images are self-expressions of my sentiments towards each city. So London has got a bit more attitude because I would interact with a lot of people I didn't feel like interacting with. I didn't feel like I could be my true self. Johannesburg, I was a bit miserable there, and you can see that in the colors and the expressions. And then Lagos, where I am now, is my happy city. So it's a lot more optimistic. The colors are warmer. The women are just a bit happier, even though they aren't smiling, but they are.
Commit to paper all the things it means to be an urban nomad, disconnected from your starting destination, but not quite at home in a new location. while Ezekiel, a painter, explores how man is affected by his society using colors in adaptation, fauvism and naturalism movements.
It's all about things that play in the minds of the teens, those who are attaining maturity from the age of 18. They feel that they are mature to make decisions, to take decisions, to do things, and most times you find out that they tend to want to stay independent. They tend to want to get separated from their home. They begin to reject advice and all that because they feel that their time, they have to live their life to the fullest. However, most times you find out that they still need tutelage, and which is the fiction that is being displayed in their lives, because they feel that at this stage they are free, and which they need to be tutored, they need to be curbed, they need to realize that they need advice from those who are ahead of them.
Marcelina is fascinated by women and is doing all she can to play up issues that will make the world a better place for generations.
We influence the life of children. The society influences how a child is raised and how who that child comes out to be. So I am of the opinion that we all affect the life of a child. And so that's why I go to tailors to get different varieties. So you're also involved in this grooming, this process of raising the younger generation.
The only photographer in the group, Oladimeji, uses his lens as a map to navigate the duality of human nature and the hard questions surrounding the creation story.
I was asking about my own life and the lives of other people. I noticed that great men, especially people that had gone out of their way to conquer the world and to rule their environment, while they would do such things, and then in the end they start to feel a source of emptiness, and then they start to look for deeper meanings to their life. And I came about the work of a Jewish rabbi, a philosopher also, that wrote a book called The Lonely Man of Faith. And in it, he described there being two accounts of the creation of man. One in which man was made as a majestic being who sees everything from a utilitarian point of view, which means that he doesn't go into any relationship unless there's something in it for him or her. And then the second account of the creation of man, man was made as a lonely person who seeks out companionship in everything he does. So what he said, what he found out was that man tends to go through his life as a majestic being. That is the way man prefers to live. Man prefers to go into relationships that there's something in it for him. Man attempts to conquer his world. Man attempts to subdue his world. And if you look all around, that is what everybody preaches also. I mean, everybody tries to show a forceful face in everything they do.
The most conceptual and experimental of this bunch is Seijiro, whose physiognomical distinction series questions the act of understanding people just by the way they appear.
Physiognomical distinction, questioning the act of judging people by merely looking at their physical appearance. I think beauty is a thing of the heart, not the thing of the face. Because I'm black does not mean I'm bad. Because I have a tattoo does not make me bad, but because I have a dread does not make me rascal or does not make me bad. I think it is just a thing of the heart, not to judge people by the way they look physically. I think we should start appreciating people no matter how they look. I see life has been a long journey rather than being a destination, and I travel life with my art. My signature personifies cars as bringing entities intertwined in all emotional relationships.
They have all brought their different skills to the Raleigh Art Gallery, which has given them the necessary support to produce these works of art.
Catch Art Young, always exciting to see fresh blood with so much potential. I was really intrigued, especially by Marcel's installations, to think she had to make friends with the tailors to get that done. And we'll be keeping our eyes peeled for more hands that got talent. But let's keep the creative energy charged. Go to any of our platforms and let's see what's happening in your neck of the woods.